Hey everybody, it's Chad, but nobody else's auto. It is 7:30 Sunday evening, time for some more Gearhead Interactive Live Chat. Got a great group on, and let's see if Facebook is going to start. Facebook, once again, not working. So we'll see if that cooperates. But anyway, we got a bunch of you guys here ready to go on YouTube, so let's get started over here. Who's here? Pete's here with us. Kevin L. Cream City Pete. Neil's on with us. Kevin Brown here ready to go tonight. Skippy is back. Tractor Mike is here with us. So everybody jumping on, ready to go. Facebook is still not connecting, so not sure what's going on with that. We never did get Facebook to come online last week at all. We're going to give it a second here, and then we may give it another shot. If not, we'll just kill Facebook and just go with YouTube tonight. So anyway. Glad you guys are back and ready to go. Yeah, the weather here went to crap on us this weekend too. It was 70 degrees and sunny. I was outside washing that Roadrunner off Friday afternoon, and it was like 20 and windy and sleeting today. So Ron's here with us. Not a fan of this type of weather at all. Hey, there's Charles. 25-second ad to start. Wow. Anyway, up to 31 up north. That's probably not much better than that. It's 23 here. So it isn't even that good here. Anyway, fun night tonight. Lots of things to talk about. Before we get started, as always, a little bit of housekeeping. Please double check your comments before you hit send. If autocorrect changes it to something I can't understand, I will have to skip it. Try to catch most of them, but I do have to skip some if I don't understand them. Hey, there's John Anderson, Mark Talene, Steve Reed, all here ready to go. Bill Disk. If you're on the Nobody Show Facebook page, well, that is irrelevant because it is not connecting, so it doesn't matter if you're on there at this point. Hey, there's Wake Up. Trolls, we do occasionally get trolls on here. You guys do a great job of running them off, and I'm going to ignore them because they're trying to get my attention. Hey, there's Hubcap, made it back tonight. Ads, just like Pete mentioned, we are dealing with ads. It's their game. There isn't much we can do about it. And, of course, as always, we have the Supercharged Super Chat badge ready to go for any Super Chats that may pop up tonight. Dan from Defiance is here. We'll give you a Hudson badge and an Auburn badge to get things started off tonight. As we get ready to work into this evening's chat. So I hope everybody had a great Christmas, had a good week. New Year's coming up. We did have a good Christmas. I know you guys were wondering how our Amazon pallet went this year. We talked about that a little bit over the past couple of weeks. We did get an Amazon pallet as well as Amazon mystery boxes. We had boxes stacked everywhere. There were 23 boxes on the pallet, plus we had a mystery box for everybody, so we had 13 mystery boxes. So we had a ton of fun with the Amazon pallet for Christmas on our end. If you guys remember, if you were here last year, we did the same thing. We got Amazon mystery boxes, and they were all full of plastic shoe boxes. Had a little better luck this year. It was a ton of fun. We had a great time. We got all kinds of stuff that we do not need, and just had a good time doing it. But I bet you guys are all wondering what I picked, though, because with the Amazon pallet, we literally didn't even take the pallet apart until that morning. If you guys remember, if you were here with us last week, I showed you the picture of Dad's pickup when we went down to get the pallet and the boxes. So this was Dad's truck. We had a pallet in the back and boxes stuffed everywhere coming home. Hey, Totally VW made it. So what we did is, as we literally backed in Mom and Dad's driveway on Thursday morning and cut the stretch wrap off the pallet, carried all the boxes to the back porch, And as we lined them up, my sister just marked them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we drew a number out of a hat. And whatever box, whatever number you drew, that was your gift. So you had literally, and that's what it. Nobody had any clue. One, we didn't know what was on the pallet. So two, you had no idea what your gift was until you opened it up in front of everybody. So does anybody want to know what I got? Because it's pretty funny. Kmart into a blue bin store, all Amazons. Hey, there's Big Job. Hey, Steve's here with us tonight. Glad you guys all made it. Amazon elects my wife to purchase up to $300 a day on junk for free as long as she reviews the product. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. So here's what I drew. I can't get it in here. It's too big. But my gift, when I pulled my number out of the bowl, I had one of the bigger boxes. And I got my very own Barbie Jeep. So I got to put this thing together. Pretty sure I'm not going to fit in it, but I got a ride-on Barbie Jeep as I guess it's not technically a Barbie Jeep, but that's what everybody calls them. I got a ride-on Jeep as my pick off of the Amazon pallet. So I thought that was kind of funny. Now, the mystery boxes were also a blast. Just in case anybody needs one. And like I said, these boxes are just strictly returns. You have no idea what they are. Just in case anybody might need one. Oh, I was excited about the Jeep. 10 on the Jeep. Just in case anybody needs one, we do have a lifetime supply of Churches of Poland 2025 calendars. Just in case you need one. Especially considering there's only 3 days left in the year. One would be a lifetime supply. We got a handful. So we do have Churches of Poland calendars. We got a ton of everything. None of it that I don't think any of us needed. We also got some Taylor Swift lookalike little girls dance outfits. We got like 10 of them in case anybody needs one. So if you need a lookalike Taylor Swift type dance outfit for a bunch of little kids, we can help you out. Tom did actually attempt at putting one on. You just got yours, huh? So my nephew, Tom, is probably 6'1", 6'2", I don't know, 220. Tom put one on, kind of. So we had a lot of fun with him, and that was what was important. But that's what's fun about just, you don't know what you're going to get, you don't know what's going to happen, and that's what made it a blast. So yeah, we had a good time with it, no doubt about it. So I hope you guys all had a good Christmas as well, and at least our mystery box adventure was much more successful than it was last year. Taylor Swift oil rags, yeah. But like I said, there was just all kinds of stuff. I bet we got 30 or 40 stockings. I got like 8 bundles of napkins for a little girl's birthday party. So if you do see me using napkins in here at some point, and they say, and they're pink, and they say for a little girl's birthday, because I got like 8 bundles of them, just stuff like that. So anyway, they could be work pants. Yeah, they don't work real good for that. But that was the whole purpose of it. It was fun and it was interesting, and didn't really get anything anybody needed. But all you're going out, if you're going out and trying to shop for everybody, you're getting stuff for them that they probably don't need anyway. So that that's just made it fun. So anyway, I hope all your guys' Christmas was as fun as ours. I hope you all had a good time and got to see family and friends and enjoyed a few days, and because that's what it's all about. 9 of the O'Reilly car and truck ornaments. I've seen you posted some of those, I think, John. Okay, real quick, let's catch up with some other things we need to talk about: the gathering, shipments and auction stuff, things like that. So real quick, auctions and shipping. I didn't get anything shipped this week. The whole week kind of got discombobulated with Christmas right in the middle. So starting tomorrow, if it's paid for, even the onesies and twosies are leaving. That's true, Mark. I did get something with wheels at least. So even if you've had something sitting here that's just a onesie or twosie for a while, it's going to go. If it's paid for, I'm going to try to make it leave this week. If not, it may be first of next week. But my goal is to have anything that is paid for out of here this week. So that's kind of where I'm at. If you've got stuff that's hanging, we'll do a few more things tonight, and then and I know some of you guys want to wait a couple weeks, and that's fine. So after you get after we do tonight, if you've got stuff hanging, please get squared up with me on that, so that basically I want to clean this up here in a few weeks. No problem, Skippy. Yeah, perfect. Not a problem. Guys do that all the time. If you're not sure, call me. That's why I keep this notepad going while we're live. So I have all this stuff logged. I've got it, for weeks and weeks and years, all logged here. So no problem, Skippy. And that's why we're going over it now. Because here in 2 or 3 weeks, whatever is still in that tub, and you guys pick up, I understand you have your own boxes. The guys that do pick up 2, 3, 4 times a year, you have your own boxes. Your stuff is in your own separate box. But if I ship to you, I keep separate totes of that stuff. And here in 2 or 3 weeks, whatever is left in those totes is going back in the auction boxes, just so we can clean it up and start fresh for 2026. Hey, Bill Alderman, glad you're back. Glad you were able to stop back by and hang out for a bit. So, and just like Skippy said, that's perfect. If you're not sure, call me. We'll burn through the list real quick. We'll see where we're at. We'll make it happen. Sean and Christine, get them storage. So please, guys, if you got stuff hanging, get with me. If you decided you don't want something, that's fine. If you just want to let me know, I can at least get it recycled back in. But like I said, here in 2 or 3 weeks, whatever's left hanging is going to go back in the auction pile. So just wanted to touch base on that. And you guys, if you've had something hanging, be looking for it here soon, and because it's going to be coming your way as well. Hypes, we've talked about hypes a little bit, as well as these chats. Even these chats, now YouTube has started giving me the total chats for the night. I think they're tracking the chats, which is great. It tells me how involved you guys are getting, and I can look back. They've been doing it for 4, 6, 8 weeks now. It hasn't been real long, but they're giving me the totals on the amount of chats we get in a live. I think they're tracking that to see how popular things are, whether people are generating interaction. So, if you're thinking about saying something, please speak up and say it. And that way, there again, it helps push things on YouTube that you guys are enjoying it, having a good time, and interacting with it, so that YouTube recognizes what we're doing here as something that is relevant. Like I said, I think it's kind of similar to how they're watching the hypes, where you can hype a video the first week after it's been posted. And there you go, Pete. One letter at a time. That'll do it. So if you're thinking about saying something, go ahead and say it, because I think now that YouTube is giving me that information, I think it's something else that they're starting to look at. So exactly, John. Perfect. Something else, even though Facebook isn't working, something else that is kind of exciting. In fact, I'm going to refresh Facebook here and see if it will reload. Almost 50,000 followers on Facebook. Hey, there's Waycamp. I'm going to try to reset Facebook real quick, just in case those guys are trying to get on. You're probably, in all honesty, you're probably 200% right, Big Job. It's probably something, if they look somewhere that they can do something with, that's probably what they're doing. So I think actually Big Job has the actual truth nailed down right there. So hit the like button. I appreciate that, Hubcap. All right, let me see if Facebook will kick off and see if we can bring them online. If not, we'll just go ahead and shut it down. So excited to see if we can get to 50,000 Facebook followers. Hey, there's Nate stopping by. Hey, Facebook just finally went. Holy cow, it did connect this time. So we may get a few guys on Facebook. Now, like I said, we're pushing 50,000 followers. We're like 49,800 when I got on tonight. So literally right at 50,000. Yeah, exactly, Ron. That's probably what they're going to do, is give you more ads. So excited to see if we can push the Facebook numbers to over 50,000. Would love to see YouTube numbers continue to grow. YouTube growth has been extremely slow lately. We'll see how that continues. Maybe the chats and the hypes will help. Hey, there's Kenny Peterson. So that's why when I see different information from YouTube, that's why I try to share it with you guys. Anything we can do to help build the channel, as you know, I definitely do appreciate. Gathering of the Nobodies. This is coming together quickly. And I guess for various reasons. One, it's the third one, so we've got kind of an idea of what we want to do anyway. So, we've got it kind of a rough schedule anyway, which is obviously subject to change if something pops up. Yep, Dad's here with us. Okay, now that Facebook's working, his YouTube comments aren't working, so he comments on Facebook. But third annual Gathering of the Nobodies, we actually, since we kind of have an idea what to do and kind of have an idea you guys want to come, we've obviously started planning earlier this year. We picked the weekend of May 16th based on your guys' input and feedback. And I already had a bunch of people sign up. So Bill Disk is planning on coming. Kenny, are you coming out this year? Bill's coming from the East Coast. Is Kenny coming back from the West Coast? I was kind of curious if you were thinking about trying to make it back out again this year, Kenny. But like I said, we've got, right at a dozen people already. The last couple of years, the first 2 years, we've had about 25 people. And I think that, the way things are started, we will probably definitely surpass that this year. I don't see us getting too many people that we can handle, but it depends on how fast registrations continue to come in. Because like I said, we had a bunch of people that jumped in right out of the gate. So, and then of course, Pete, if you've emailed Pete, get on the email list. Pete manages that for us, and he will have a separate email list for people once you are paid. Sounds good, Kenny. Hope you can make it. It'd be great to see you again. So hopefully it works out. Whoa, hold up right there. Totally VW hitting us with the first supercharged super chat of the night. Supercharged super chat from Totally VW. Whoa, I'm going to break the badge. The original 1935-36 Auburn Boat Tail Speedster supercharged hood badge comes out for all supercharged super chats whenever you guys jump up and help throw a few bucks at the show, which, it's great that you do it. But what is awesome about it is the fact that you guys think what we're doing here is decent enough to help support it financially for the time that I put into it. I do. This is your New Year's Eve party, okay? I do try to do a good job for you guys, and when you guys throw some super chats up there, it's awesome because it makes me real. At least it makes me think I'm doing something you guys are enjoying. So supercharged super chat from Totally VW, the first one of the night. I don't think I want to sell that wake up. I do have a set, but those are originals. They do make reproductions. These were some originals that had some that were re-chromed, but they did have a little bit of pitting in them, so they weren't quite good enough for a half to about a $750,000 car. So I bought them, and they weren't cheap, but they're super cool. So we've got our basic rough schedule put together. Once you are paid, I let Pete know who was paid, and he is building that specific email list. He's got some general emails that he has sent out to the group list, but as we narrow down specifics on things, we want to make very sure those go to the people that are coming and make sure they get them, and it's easier to manage the smaller list on the specifics. So, hey, Guy, the car guy, I haven't seen you in a while. Glad you made it back. So, as of right now, Rico and Jess are coming. Pete, of course, is coming. Rico and Jess help out quite a bit. They come out early and help regroup. Rico does some of the trophies for us. Mike from Texas is here. 2025 review of the favorite things I did this year and do a video. That's a good idea. I said Jess Tractor Mike right on it with a big old long boo. In case you guys haven't been on here for a while, we say Jess, Tractor Mike says boo. That's just kind of how it goes. Hey, Alex here with us on Facebook. Mike Hammond's made it. So Jess is like a little sister. You want to punch her in the head and you beat on her and things like that because you picked on your little sister. It's kind of what she is. So obviously Pete, Jess, Rico, JP, David D, Bill Disk, Randy Caldwell, Glenn, Tina, lots of people already signed up. These people are already locked in. Hey, there's Billy Bowman. So it's going to be a good time. Even if it isn't, we'll say it was, right? Your entry fee of $25 does include lunch. And my buddy Mark did agree to make another brisket for us or something thereabouts. I say brisket, but he is going to smoke some meat for us in some way, shape, or form. Last year he did brisket. I don't remember if he did brisket or pork the first year, but I have heard zero nada complaints about the food ever. It's actually realistically probably the best part of the weekend. So my buddy Mark does us really right on the food. And then we will do something like we've done the last couple years as some sort of a memento that you guys will get as well as part of it. We've done cans the last couple years. We'll see if we do that or something different this year. But there you go. So you will get something back with your entry fee that is well worth it. So at least we think, hey, there's baling wire. So that is really coming together. Kind of crazy that it's happening like that, but it really is. That, we're 5 months out and you guys are signing up, ready to go, and ready to make some things happen. All right. So one other thing I did want to get into tonight, and we may spend a little more time on this over the coming weeks. That's right, Bill. You need to come out because we hang out at the brewery at night. So, and actually we're running a little bit longer than I thought, just going over some of this other stuff. So we'll touch on this tonight, and you guys let me know if we want to look at it going into the new year. We may spend some time with it going into the new year. Also, one thing I did want to mention, we typically do a New Year's Day yard walk. I may be out of town the end of this week. We'll see how things go. Not 100% sure on that, and not 100% sure on the weather. It looks like it's supposed to be decent. But if I'm not around where I can do one on New Year's Day, we'll catch one here within the next couple weeks if we don't do a New Year's Day. We're still going to shoot for a New Year's Day, but if we decide to go out of town and I'm not around, then we will get it caught here pretty quickly shortly after the first of the year. But something that is going to change a little bit, nothing on your end, but something that's going to change. As crazy as this sounds, something I'm going to have to start first of the year is a new notebook. This notebook that I've been using is almost full. How crazy is that? Now, not all the sheets are in here. I didn't start doing sheets until after about a year. About the first year, this was not near. I don't think anybody would want this, Bill. The first year or so was basically just notes. Starting in 2020, the first year, I just, we didn't hit every Sunday. We got most of them, but we just picked a topic and went with it. February 9th, the 16th. We just kind of picked a topic and we chatted. Some of these, I think, were 20 or 30-minute deals total. We got some pages stapled together of these notes. This was basically the first year. Hey, man from the farm. So, that's just some of the notes. The very first chat. Now, initially, when we started doing these, I was just on Facebook. In fact, in 2020, 2020, I was just playing with YouTube. The guy that taught me all this stuff, Mike Gallons, he worked with me for part of 2020. We started this literally right at the end of 2019. So 2020, hey, there's the nut farm. Hey, there's JP. JP going to be here for the gathering. So 2020, we started playing with YouTube. David D made it. And we would put through some stuff, and Gallons was a media guy. And so he had a whole client list here in town. So he would usually come by the shop 6 or 7 o'clock at night on his way out of town, and we'd chat for a bit. And he started teaching me stuff. So I really didn't even get serious about YouTube until 2021. Basically, 2020, for about the last couple months of 19 up until spring, early summer of 20 is when Gallons was stopping by on his way out of town every week. And, in Facebook, I was already using Facebook. YouTube, I didn't know a thing about YouTube until he started teaching me stuff. So we did throw a few things up early in 2020, but I didn't do them. This was stuff that Mike was posting for me. So that kind of went on throughout 2020. And then at the end of the year 2020 is basically when I decided, GOB here. Either I got to do YouTube or not do YouTube. I got to do one or the other. And like I said, I wasn't doing any of the posting on YouTube. I was just starting to learn a little bit about it. And what Mike Gallons did when I was working with him, and these marketing guys. And I mean, this dude there was like a book on Google like this thick. And he read the whole book studying how Google works. I mean, that's how into it this dude is. And so I'm learning bits and pieces from him. And obviously, to hire a guy like that full time is insanely expensive. So I was just paying him to come by hang out for 30 minutes or an hour on his way out of town, and I was learning stuff from him. But what the guy did for me is he taught me enough of the basics that when I decided either I got to be in YouTube or be out of YouTube, he had taught me enough of the basics that I could figure it out. And a lot of times I had to use YouTube. But because of what he had taught me, I at least knew what I was looking for. I know this, and this, but I need to get over to here. So I know where I want to go. And I got this basic groundwork here. So then I started Googling it, YouTubing it, and I started figuring out how to post my own videos. And I did that after the auction in 2020. So the auction would have been in October of 2020. So end of October, I started just sitting down and teaching myself to fill in the blanks based on what I had learned from gallons. So that was a lot of fun figuring that out. So 2021, hey, there's Maggie with us on Facebook. 2021 is when like I said, I was starting to do some of my own YouTube October, November, December of 20, but not seriously, consistently. I was just getting my feet wet. I had no editing apps. I had nothing. I was literally holding the phone up, doing a video and fumbling around to get it posted. So in 2021, obviously I've got a little bit of fumbling around with YouTube. Facebook was already going. So we're working on getting this stuff put together. So 2021 is really when we got started on nailing this down. Hey, there's Buick Man. So 21 is when I started this notebook and when I started really actually making notes. We'll come back here. This note sheet's gone. So the first entry into this notebook was January 2nd of 2021. Whoa, hey, check it out. Hold up. Another supercharged super chat. John Anderson. Thanks, John. Hitting us with a supercharged super chat from John. Boom. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Dr. Wheels from Spain. Glad you're here, Dr. Wheels. Have you been with us before or are you new to us tonight? Let us know what you think. So January 2nd of 2021, episode 46, because like I said, we didn't hit them every time in 20. We got it most weeks, but not all of them. January 2nd of 2021. How crazy is that, guys? That's right, Bill. We got our own doctor now. Curious as to what you think of us over there in Spain, Dr. Wheels, and let your friends know. I hope you enjoy what we do here. So we had actually in January we were talking about a lot of the auctions coming up. Kissimmee, Barrett Jackson. Oh, here's something kind of interesting. I bet we all forgot. 2021 COVID time. Barrett Jackson. Remember they postponed Barrett Jackson? Yeah, kind of crazy. And of course, as like I said, we've got all these. Even when we started doing auctions, we did 3 or 4 things. That's true, Bill. You may have a good point. When do we start doing? There's ads. Did talking about doing some raffles in 21. So I think if you guys are interested, we may start, kind of look through some more of these as we go through. Since we're already almost 40 minutes into the night. If you guys tell me if you're kind of interested in looking back at some of these over the next few weeks. Plandemic, hey, that's a good way to put it. On to the future. There you go, Mike. So okay, we'll probably look at some of these. I don't know when we started doing auction stuff. We'll flip through some of these just for the fun of it, I think, over the years. Yeah, and we can start doing some of that, Guile. We'll probably at least do some of that stuff in January. We may, it would probably get old after a while, but we can, if you guys want to do some of that, we can absolutely start looking at some of that as we go. Check some of it out, kind of reflect back. It's kind of crazy that we're, pushing 300 episodes. We were doing some auctions by 22, but we were doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 pieces a night. But I tell you what, there's some familiar names here. Just kind of flipping through here. May 8th, 2022. Joe Kern. Joe's still with us some nights. Zach Thompson. Kenny Peterson. There's some familiar names here. This is from May of 22. So some of you guys have been around for a while, which I super appreciate. So kind of fun looking back at some of this stuff. We'll start doing a little bit of this just sporadically, I guess, to say. And have a little fun with it. It's just kind of crazy to think that we have basically filled a notebook. So fortunately, I still have 3 or 4 more notebooks. So these are old ones from, I don't know if you guys know it, but I know or not. Yeah, you're okay, Kenny. You're actually been around for a really long time. So these are old notebooks from, I don't know, and I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you may not. I used to own CarQuest stores. So these are old CarQuest notebooks. I think these were some of Dad's notebooks from when he used to do tech training seminars. But I used to own some CarQuest stores. Dad was a rep for CarQuest, prior to them selling out to Advance and basically pretty much wiping out CarQuest. So, but yeah, I guess starting next week, we'll be starting a new notebook because this one's pretty much full. I just said he's been around here for a long time. So late summer of 23 is when Matt started coming around. So yeah, we'll we'll spend a little time with that stuff here in the future. Because obviously, yeah, we're getting a little ways into it, and I want to move on with some of it. We got auction stuff. Do you guys want auction stuff tonight? Badges, emblems, all kinds of cool stuff. Let's go ahead and keep moving. Yes, Advance bought CarQuest out, and they pretty much Advance had no clue what to do with the independent CarQuest stores, to put it mildly. When CarQuest actually bought out Big A, when Big A went belly up in '99, so there were, and Big A was predominantly a Midwest company, and so there were CarQuest stores all over Kansas. and now, I mean, they're very spotty. Oh, Kevin L. hitting us up with another super chat. Thanks, Kevin L. I appreciate you guys hitting me with the super chats tonight. It's awesome that you guys think what we're doing here is worthy of it, worthy of throwing a few bucks out to support. Thanks to all you guys hitting us with the super chats tonight. I know the feeling there, John. Birth certificate the first time becoming a nobody's. So, we'll have some fun with this. We'll look back. We'll see what some of those names pop up from 21, 22, 23, things like that. And like I said, I don't have a lot of names written down. Just some auction winners when we started doing that. Things like that. So, anyway. A lot of stuff in here, guys. The badges, the emblems. Let's see. July of 22. July 3rd. So this would have been the June raffle. The Studebaker Bullet Nose went to David Woodcocks. Zach Thompson won a Texaco can. Bill Disk won a license plate. And Pete Winters won a Prestone can in the Bullet Nose drawing from June of 2022. Big John remembers that one. So, like I said, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Hey, here's the Christmas episode. We'll look at Christmas episode, then we'll get going. We obviously could go on forever. But we did a promo model, a 60 Imperial convertible. Actually, our emblem for December 25th of 2022, believe it or not, was the supercharged emblem. The Nash grill in the raffle. That would take a lot to ship. We might be able to do that. Hadn't thought of that. Yeah, the Bullet Nose was pretty popular. I'll have to. We've got you know you got a good point there, Alec. Boom, that's my bad. I'm not keeping up with you guys, Alec. That's my fault. It's the Nash steering wheel, the Nash grill, hubcaps in the trunk. I do not know how the stuff didn't fly out when Rico hauled that thing out here. You're right, John. So that is some great ideas, actually. So we'll have to think about the grill, the steering wheel, something like that. So we want to do something out of we want to raffle something off the Nash. Is that what we're saying? I'm kind of hearing we need to find something off the Nash to raffle for next week or next month, is what I'm hearing. Oh, here's another fun raffle we did. January of 23 was when Randy did these custom made signs for us. That was a fun one too. I'd have to see if I got any with push button transmission. No, Alec, I don't have a list. It doesn't give me a list. In fact, I don't even know who's on unless you comment. Alls I have on both Facebook and YouTube, I don't even have a list of who's on right now unless you comment. That's the only thing I can see. Pete does have the email list for us, Alec, that he manages, but it's just, you know, with it doesn't give me a list. Only thing I could do would be write down everybody's name as they commented, and but if you don't sound off and comment, I don't know what users are or are not on. So let's have a super raffle. Of course, it would cost more with a minimum of entries. So gold bars, yeah, I don't think we got any gold bars. Those were great signs, Pete, no doubt about it. That's another idea as well. We could do a super raffle that is just going to have to go until we have enough entries in it. We could have a super raffle that just goes until we have enough entries, and still do a smaller monthly raffle too, like we've been doing, you know, with like $100 toy, something like that. So that's another idea. If you guys are up for it, you know, maybe we can find another smaller sign, or like I said, maybe the grill out of the Nash, something that's, you know, something cool like that. That grill would make a great wall hanger. There's no doubt about it. So that's definitely something to think about. Give you a Hudson badge while you ponder. Pioneer Village cars. Will, the director, he quit and moved back to Arizona. He had some family things he needed to take care of. I have not touched base with the new director. I need to do that probably this week. The last couple weeks I've been going to call him, but the weather's been so nice that I've just been running full bore trying to get stuff done. So I'm going to touch base with him. Anytime spring going into summer, the Pioneer Village adoptions, I mean, it was early summer before I got there last year. We have not raised a ton of money for them yet. I will go back through that. In fact, I'm going to make a note because we do need to recap on that after the first year of the year as well. Our Pioneer Village car adoptions. Charge more per entry. We could do that as well. The whole yard's a wall hanger. Nobody's ball caps. I don't know how many people wear caps on here or not. So, but yeah, I will get on the Pioneer Village situation as well, so we can recap that after the first of the year. You're enjoying the Toy Tuesday videos, Bill? Glad you are. I'm going to try to keep just recording those, depending. I'm not going to say we won't ever do lives again, but it's easier if I can just get one done and then just pull the trigger on it. So, yeah, but I don't ever wear ball caps. Hey, there's Glenn. Real quick, let's talk about the Nobody's page. If you guys have not been on the Nobody's page yet today, you need to go there. Tractor Mike out there banging through the gears in the Super Bee. That was a pretty cool video. If you have not been on the Nobody's page today, posted When did you post that? 7 hours ago. You got to go check out Tractor Mike pounding through the gears in his all original one owner 70 Super B. What else is going on the Nobody's page? There's been quite a bit of stuff on there. Cream City Pete out digging. Nate got him a new lift. Nothing wrong with that. Matt Chevrolet piece. Glenn's out in his truck and his panel both. Matt got a new promo. That's a win. Kevin Brown hauling some more projects home. So, lots of great stuff. If you are not on the Nobody's Facebook page, jump on there, answer the questions. Andy or Zach will get you in. I do not manage that page. I don't have anything to do with it. Zach and Andy take care of that for us so that you guys have a place to post your projects and what you've got going on. So definitely check out the Nobody's page. Keep up with what everybody else has happening. I probably would, John. Glenn, you're always out buying guns, though. Let's see. What else we got going? Still can't interest anybody in the Churches of Poland 2025 calendars yet, can we? All right. We got some story time badges, emblems, caps, all kinds of fun stuff coming up. Let me get regrouped here. We'll get to the auctions here fairly soon, too. I know you guys are waiting on that, so. I had some stuff laid out here ready to go, and I'm not sure where it went. Probably got mixed up in the Churches of Poland calendars, I'm guessing. Gray Kitty took it. Now, actually, Gray Kitty hasn't been hanging out in here. I don't know what her deal is. She hasn't been in here much lately. She's just been kind of hanging in the shop. They've got a kitty door, but she hasn't been in and out of here much. Let's catch story time, then we may slide into auctions. What do you guys think of that? Are you about ready for auctions? Or are we going to just not want to skip, or we skip it tonight since it's the end of the year? Story time tonight is going to be just one picture of a bunch of cars, but we're going to talk about them for a few minutes. This picture was taken in 1983. Mini Truckins here. Yes, we do take PayPal. Nobody else's auto at gmail.com is the PayPal. So, back in the 80s, a lot of times, Dad and my grandpa at that, a lot of times they would just line their cars up and take pictures. That's what we've got today. Now, Dad's got another place in a little town about 20 miles northwest of here. He has a few buildings with cars and parts in them. Asking if it snowed in North Dakota if you're ready for auctions. So this picture was actually taken out there by one of the buildings they have out there. Church Plus signed by me. Exactly. Those perfect point, wake up. In 50 years, those calendars will be worth absolutely nothing. They're kind of worth absolutely nothing right now, but in 50 years, they will really be worth nothing. So, sounds good. We'll get to that here in just a minute. So, this picture was taken in the summer of 1983, a little over 42 years ago. This was the lineup, and I hope you guys can see it and make it out 42 years ago. Some of these cars are Dad's, some of these are my grandpa's, which was Dad's dad. Scott's here with us on Facebook. So glad Facebook is working this week, guys. Facebook never would connect last week at all. So we'll work through this lineup starting down here. This car was my grandpa's. I do not remember this car very well at all. It was about a 62 or 63 Lincoln four-door sedan. The next car, which is really difficult to make out, in fact, it took me a few seconds to figure it out, was a 1966 Chrysler 300. Next was a 6388 convertible. And after the 6388 convertible, I'm trying to keep the glare kind of in control for you guys. Right here is my 58 Pontiac. This was my grandma's car. I bought it from her. You guys that have been here for the gathering, you've seen this car. It is literally right next door in the other shop. So this is the green and white 58 Pontiac that I now own in 1983. Up next was a 62 Cadillac. That was my grandpa's car. I do remember that car pretty well. Blue four-door hardtop. That was a good-looking car. Dad painted that car, I believe, for him, if I remember correctly. A 58 Cadillac. That was also my grandpa's car. 57 Buick Roadmaster 75 four-door hardtop. I do remember this car fairly well. It was a black and white four-door hardtop. Not a bad old car. Dad did sell that car, and I did see it several years later in a magazine, and that car actually ended up overseas. And last but not least, there again, you guys that have been here for the gathering, 1973 Buick Riviera GS. Now, you think about in 1983, this was a 10-year-old used car. And you guys that have been here for the gathering, you've seen it in the exact same condition as it is right here. That car was sold new in 1973 right here in Great Bend at Dove Buick, which is where Dad worked. It was a very highly optioned car. It is a GS. It is 60/40 power seat as opposed to buckets and console, and it is a non-sunroof car. Those are about the only two options the car didn't have. Of course, 455 automatic. It was a posi, burgundy, kind of a dark red. And it's still here, and it is completely original. And if you're coming to the gathering, you can see it in May. The 62 was a Fleetwood, okay? Now, something else, a little more to this story. This building right here that we see in the background. Dad still has that building. This building in this little tiny town, population today is like 52, I think. This building was actually a Chrysler Plymouth dealer up until about 57. And they sold Phillips 66 gasoline. So Dad actually has some pictures of this building back with some Phillips stuff around it when it still had the pumps out front. They bought the building in like 78 at an auction. There goes some hearts. I love the hearts, guys. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And inside of this building, and this is kind of crazy. In fact, I should get a picture of it or should just do a video of some of this stuff. Inside of that building, hanging on the wall, it's been down one time because Dad took it down and had it laminated to protect it. There is still a 1941 Plymouth showroom poster hanging in the same spot, or roughly the same spot. It may have got moved a few inches, but it's roughly in the same area where it's been since 1941. I think it may have got flip-flopped on the wall or something as they redid a wall. But it is essentially still hanging right in the same part of the building where it has been for 84 years. So, kind of cool. And he's got some other cool memorabilia specifically for that building as well. So, got a lot of the original Phillips stuff. The picture's faded a little bit, but it still has pretty decent color. So yeah, there's kind of some cool stuff there as well. We've got a lot of the old ticket books, a lot of the records from this Phillips station. So we got a lot of cool stuff that pertains to it. We've got, I think Dad's got a couple of the jackets or the shop coats that still have the patches on them from this building. I think he's got one from when it was a Chrysler dealer, and then a Phillips one. So yeah, we should share some of that stuff with you as well here one of these days. So glad you enjoyed story time tonight. Glad you're excited about it. Kind of something a little bit different, but oh yeah, if the walls could talk, it's crazy. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoyed the lineup from 1983. Okay, auction time? I think it's auction time. What do you guys think? Is it auction time? I definitely want to get that story time slid in for you, though. First left the farm in 72, worked at Texaco and Phillips, both gone. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy how many, there was a gas station on every corner back in the day. Full service, they took care of you. Not so much anymore. Live on location out there with Dad. We could do that sometime, JP. And you bring up another good point, Wake Up. You really actually do. If all the walls could talk, some of us would probably be in prison. You bring up a very valid point. So let me drag these auction boxes over here and let's get rolling with some auctions. All right, guys. I was actually thinking about that, Pete, if we could try to work that in. That was something I've had in the back of my head. The old air hose bells, and you ran over the hose and the bell would ding. Nope, no Charlie horse tonight. We're good. Sean and Christine are ready to go. As always, we will go 90 seconds, unless we may throw a flash auction or something in here. But most of these, we're going to go 90 seconds. I will tell you when we've hit the 30-second mark. I'll tell you when we've hit 60 seconds. And when I see 130 on my timer right here on my phone, which I keep right next to the comments, then that's who I will declare the winner. Tonight, Facebook is live with us, so I will be watching Facebook as well. Unless otherwise noted, shipping will be included in the 48 states on most of these pieces. And gas wars, yeah, don't hear that much anymore either. So we'll start off with a few things we've got. Of course, as usual, plates, caps, a few toys, some other miscellaneous stuff. And something else to be paying attention. Hey, Jeff from Ottawa. Something else to be thinking about. Since we're getting into winter, this is the time when I use, when just like today, when it gets crappy, I actually started picking up a few things today. I'll be going through things in the shop, cleaning out corners, picking stuff up. And I've got some stuff that we haven't done in a while that I'll start mixing back in. Boxes that got stuff back in the corner. and some stuff we've seen like type stuff before, but maybe haven't done in a while. And of course, some of the stuff that we know and love: plates, caps, cans, things like that. So let's get ready to rock and roll, right? Non-U.S. bidders, you are welcome to play, but you will have to get me paid in U.S. funds, and as well as you will be responsible for non-U.S. shipping. Check, money order, Western Union, PayPal, friends and family, all accepted. Hey, John Sanderson made it tonight. And let's get ready to boogie. We'll start off with a few lower ticket items. I want everybody to kind of get a feel for where your delay is. There is obviously everybody has a delay. Some people it's a few seconds, some people it's several seconds. But you're going to put up Christmas lights. We will show you the piece. We'll talk about it. Throw your bid out there. I will read the bids off as I see them, especially on the first few items, so you guys can kind of get a feel for what I'm seeing versus what you're seeing. And we'll start off. Actually, let's start off with something we haven't done in quite a while. Actually, a long time, because I kind of forgot these boxes were there. You guys remember we used to do some old airplane pictures? I bought like 2 or 3 boxes of old airplane pictures, and they're not high dollar stuff, but it was something kind of fun, something kind of cool. So let's do a few of those and start off with some of these airplane pictures. And like I said, I just got a couple boxes of these. I just grabbed some random ones that look kind of cool. And you guys tell me what you think. So we're going to do, I don't know, there's 10 or 12 of them here in this group. We haven't done any of these in a long time. So I'm just going to start showing them to you. A few of these don't look extremely old. Some of them look fairly old. Like I said, I'm just digging stuff out of the box. There's helicopters, airplanes, private planes. I just didn't wake up at Polish church calendar. So these 4 aviation photos. There's another chopper picture that's going to be going in the group. This was kind of cool. I found these together. This is dated 1956 Munich. On the back, it says Munich 56. And I found this picture. Then I found this picture of the whole airplane. So I thought that was pretty cool. And some more helicopter pictures, like maybe, I don't know, Vietnam era. And check out this old crash. Huey. Is it a Huey? I don't know. I'm not big on choppers. I know airplanes a little bit, but not choppers. So anyway, all these pictures going together. Like I said, there's all kinds of stuff in these boxes. I just grabbed kind of some random ones that kind of, it's kind of cool finding like these 2 that went together, things like that. So, any interest in any of these? Plane was loaded with counters. It probably was loaded with counters. That's probably exactly what happened. Bill Alderman, flew Hueys. Okay. So, definitely what it is then is a Huey. Where's the Huey at? Right there. Here we go. Okay. Is there any interest in these? Because like I said, we haven't done any of these in a while. You guys tell me. Carve runways out of the jungle with a cat. Wow. So, any opening bids on these, or are you guys? Is there any interest in them? I mean, I thought they were cool. There's some out of the boxes that I kept. So, what do you guys think? Tractor Mike is not interested in them. Skippy at 5. Hey, there's Leo. Okay, we'll go ahead and roll with these. We got Skippy at 5. I'm going to get them written up. I just want to make sure there was some interest in them to start with. And here we go. You're going to get all of them, the whole bundle. Like I said, there's just kind of some cool random stuff. Skippy at 5. And shoot, we're almost 30 seconds already. 30 seconds gone. Like I said, don't know if you guys think these are cool or not, but I like them. So I went through and selected some for me, and I'm going to offer some more of these up for you guys. John, 6. One minute gone, 30 seconds left. Yep, that's true, Pete. You never know what it might pop up. John at 6. About ready to wrap it up. And that does it. We'll mark him to John at 6. Let me pick these back up and clip them together so I keep the whole batch in one group. All right, back to some more stuff we're more familiar with. Another plate. There again, not a high dollar plate to start off with. We'll kind of walk into this stuff. But you say, the crazy thing about it is it's 50 years old now. And it's in great shape. From the Show Me State of Missouri, 1976. I think this is an attractive color. This kind of a medium blue and yellowish gold. It's weird, it actually has the entire month of June spelled out. Original condition, it's in great shape. The back looks great. It was used, it was screwed on. We can see some scratches by the screw holes, but it's not bad. Like I said, that's what really made it pop to me was the color. I thought the color was great on it. And there again, something you don't see a lot because they changed them so often back then. Kevin 5, baling wire 15. So pretty good looking plate. I mean, the back looks great on it. And like I said, the color combination is good. Bicentennial year, that's another good point. Baling wire at 15. Sean, 25. $30 seconds gone. Yeah, it does kind of remind you of 70s California. One minute gone. Sean at 25. About ready to wind this one down. I got Sean at 25. And that does it. Sean at 25. All right, we got some caps to do tonight. Why don't we slide a cap in? These aren't rare, but this one just has a really good look to it, and I believe it's original paint on this 46, 47, 48 era Chevrolet. That baby is shiny, isn't it? What's cool about this is I think all this red and blue looks original. It's got dings, scuffs, scratches, but I mean, it's a wall hanger. We know that. That's what we like them for. Reach my tape measure here. Skippy 10, Bill 10. And it is 10 inches in diameter. 10 inches across the back. We can see where some of this is actually stamped in the back. This is a chrome cap over a metal base. Kevin L at 15. So, good looking cap. And there's more. But wait, there's more. Along with your Chevrolet cap, coming with your Chevrolet cap in your box on this special end of the year, last episode of the year special, you will also be receiving with your Chevrolet cap a Churches of Poland 2025 calendar going along with this cap. How's that sound, guys? You have all these images of beautiful Churches of Poland included with your cap. Yes, who can stand it? It's such a good deal, you probably don't even know what to do. Here comes the bids. The bids are probably going to get out of control. I know, right? Wake up. Holy smokes, you're going to get a Churches of Poland calendar along with your Chevy cap. 2 great wall hangers. That's right. It's divine something, Sean. I don't know if I'd say quite that, but it's divine something. So, the Chevy cap and your own Churches of Poland calendar that has 3 days left on it that will be expired before you get it in your hands, coming with it. Here we go. Let's get it live and on the timer. Here we go. That's right, wake up. It does not get any better than that. Hey, there's Double W. Weston's here with us. Here we go. We're live. We're on the timer. The bids are out of control. Let's see. Balin Wire at 25 is our high bidder. All right, we're ready to go. 30 seconds gone. 60 seconds left. Balin Wire 25. Probably want to see the Churches of Poland calendar, right? John 26. Look at all these wonderful photographs of churches in Poland that you'll get with your hubcap. We're coming up on the 1 minute mark. I've got John at 26. One minute gone. There goes the hearts. Everybody loves the Churches of Poland. 27 if I keep the calendar. Mark at 27 if I keep the calendar. So somebody's got to bid 28 to take the calendar. I mean, yes, John at 28. We're almost down to the wire. Hopefully we hit 130 before Mark can bid again and make me keep the calendar. Boom! 130. It's over. John at 28 with the calendar. True, Bill. The colors match. John at 28. What a deal. Kevin had a 32 in there. His wife's birthday's coming up. I'm sure that's exactly what she has in mind, John. All right, what else we got? True, Bill. True that. That's right. In all honesty, Skippy, the truth is I'm all about getting rid of the calendar. So next week it might be stockings. So hey, there's Andy. Let's see what else we got. You're right. It will always be 2025 on that calendar. Hey, there's Mark. Okay, we're gonna do something. We've had a lot of fun with these. This one's a little bit rough. Good. I'm glad you are, John. Tire ashtrays. We've had a ton of fun with those. This is really early, but it's distorted. I don't know if you could put some heat to this. And actually, I don't know. Well, I'm going to hold this till I see. It's got some chips back here. Let me hold that for now. Let's do this. This is something that's going to be kind of fun. Let's do a grease cap starter pack. We do a lot of grease caps on here, and we've done some pretty cool ones. We've sold a lot of them that are 40, 50, 60 bucks a piece. We're going to do 3 of them in this bundle, and there's some cheaper ones. So if you want some grease caps to hang up, these are some ones that are going to be a little cheaper. We'll put 3 of them together, so you get a shot all together. So we're going to start off with your basic Ford Model T era. And we're also going to go with a Star, and these are smaller grease caps. These, the Ford across the hex is about 1 5/8 across the hex. The Star is about 2 inches across the hex. And we're also going to throw in an Overland, and this is an early Overland because it is also smaller like these. This is going to be all 3 for 1. These are internal threads, just like all of them. These 2 are brass or steel. Not sure which. This one is aluminum. It is also internal thread on the Overland. The Overland is slightly larger. But like I said, these things are really cool. Some of these I know get kind of pricey. Oh, don't worry, Pete. He don't have to. Mark's not out yet. So I thought this was kind of a good way to get, somebody who didn't want to spend 50, 60 bucks a cap. You can get kind of some cool stuff here to hang up in your man cave. Steel Ponies, Jeff, starting us off at 10. I don't think I'm good. I don't think I'm good enough to stack them, but I think I can hold them. Let me get this thing started and get going on the timer here. There we go. How's that? Can you see them all there? Jeff at 10. John, 15. "30 seconds gone. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. John at 15. Steel Pony 17. 1 minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Steel Ponies, Jeff Taylor 17. All 3 one-shot deal. I know my arm's getting in a crazy wonky position here. But we only got a few seconds left to go. Jeff, Steel Ponies, Jeff at 17. Tim B, 20. Skippy, 21. We got a couple seconds left. Is anybody going to jump in there? Skippy at 21. And that does it. Skippy at 21. Let's see what else we want to do. Haven't done a can yet, have we? This is kind of cool. This is a 1 pound grease can. This was kind of a universal can that the companies would stamp their name on. I love 1 pound grease cans. They're a great size. They're easy to display. A lot of them had good color. And that's kind of what this one is. Now, we look at the front. It looks kind of plain. Now, this is what they would say. They would stamp the type of product in it here, which is pretty much worn off. But we can still make out the Derby Refining Company, Wichita, Kansas, down here on the bottom. So it looks kind of blah from here, right? Yep, not a problem, John. We're giving it away next week, so that will be perfectly fine. Check out the graphics on this thing. Literally covers it all. Tractors, boats, airships, buses, trucks, planes, cars. Blue and white. Still has the original cap on it. Three and 3/8 across the top of the cap. The can is about 4.5. John 10 says Camco down here at the bottom. And these are pretty good looking pieces. John at 10, here we go live on the timer. I got Alec at 7, but I got John at 10 for over here on Facebook. Alec at 12 now. Alec at 12 on Facebook. 12 and keep the calendar, Mark. $30 seconds gone. I've got Alec at 12. That's true. You could make a piggy bank out of it. John, 15. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. John at 15. Coming down to the end. Alec at 18. Alec at 18. Somebody can make this thing break 20. We got a few seconds left to go. Alec at 18. And that does it. Alec at 18. Let's catch another license plate. This thing's actually kind of heavy. Let's go back to the Rust Belt. Hudson badge. This thing does have some fading. It was originally a black plate, but considering the area this thing came from, the little bit of fading isn't too bad. 85 years ago, if you lived in Minnesota, this is the plate that you had on your car. Yeah, this thing is 85 years old. It's got some dings, dents, and fading. It was originally black with white numerals. It has a really interesting font. Look at these 6s. So kind of a weird font that they had on that 1940 Minnesota plate. Size-wise, It is right at 12 inches. And what, 5 5/8? Steel Ponies, Jeff, 8. John, 10. So, and considering this came from Minnesota, kind of surprised that it doesn't have half the edges rusted away. So, they do look like gas nozzles. That's actually true, Sean. Let's see. Jesse at 12. John at 14. John at 14 on the 1940 Minnesota plate. Jeff, 15. $30 seconds gone. One minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. Steel Ponies at 15, John at 16. Getting ready to wrap it up. John at 16. We got a few seconds left. David D at 19. And that does it. David D at 19. Hubcap had a 20. John had a 20, but they were all too late. Up next, time to do another cap, right? Yeah. This is a Rambler. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's pretty cool because it has the Eagle shield on it. I think this is early 60s era Rambler. This is a stainless cap. This is original paint in the center. You can see on the backside where it is all stamped in there. It's time for a Hudson badge. This cap is just over 10 inches in diameter. This is all stamped in around the edges. And has a nice bright shine to it with some original paint left on it. I did say Rambler. And, of course, what do you get with a hubcap tonight on tonight's special episode? John at 10, yes. What do you get with a hubcap tonight? You get a Churches of Poland calendar. Woo! All right. Yes, you're going to get another Churches of Poland calendar with this hubcap as well. Mainly because it's about the same size. I can put it all in the same box. But anyway, Churches of Poland Rambler hubcap. It does not get any better than that. Right, folks? John's got a mother-in-law, too. All right. Churches of Poland calendar going with tonight's Rambler cap, and we're live and on the timer. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to make sure to note the calendar with it, too. All right. Man from the Farm at 15. Wake Up at 15. I got Man from the Farm first. 58-61 Rambler Classic. Thanks, Pete. We're hung up at 15. Andy at 25. There we go. As we hit the 30-second mark. Andy at 25. Let's get another Hudson badge slid in there. Let's give you an Auburn badge. That's right. You're a winner twice on this auction. Churches of Poland. Right? Right. Churches of Poland. Andy at 25. 1 minute gone. Andy at 25. We're ticking away. Guy the car guy at 31. I know it's the calendar. It's going to push you over the edge, isn't it, John? Andy 33. It's kind of a cool cap too, by the way. Couple seconds left. I've got Rusty Okie at 33. And that does it. Andy at 33. Man from the farm at 34, just a hair too late. There you go. Give it to her next Christmas. Why, yes, Nick, it is a Churches of Poland calendar. Keep the hubcaps into a calendar. Hey, we still got some more hubcaps to sell tonight, guys. The calendar pushed Andy over the edge, too. All right. We got some more hubcaps tonight, guys. You know what happens with hubcaps? At least on this special end of the year episode. I got this. Tell me what you guys think of this. This thing has been laying around here for a year or two. I've done nothing with it. I don't want it to get broke. It's super cool. So I think I need to sell it to one of you guys before it gets broke. And then we might do another hubcap. I don't know. Just saying. It might happen. So yeah, no kidding, John. Okay. This is a Michelin airplane toy. Check this thing out. It's got the Michelin Man in it. It's super cool, but I think I'm going to break it. So I need to do something with it. It actually does have a belt. As you turn the wheels, the main prop turns. These side props do turn, but they are not hooked to the main one. This dude comes out. Michelin Man comes out. Change your handle to Church of the Poland. The steering wheel does actually turn the back tail wheel. It has a rod that connects it. Wake up 10. Jesse 15. So this is not, I say it's not old. It's probably, I don't know, 15, 20 years old. It's not brand new. Christine at 50 on the little Michelin toy. This is the only one I've seen. I got this with some stuff, some other toys at an auction. And like I said, I've probably had it sitting around here a year or two. I can't believe I haven't broken it yet. And it's one of these things I started picking up around the shop. I was like, I'm going to be better off selling this to one of you, wrapping it up and sending it so that it can go on your shelf as opposed to lay around the shop here and get damaged. That's true. It's not the age, it's the coolness, because it is cool. We're past the 30-second mark already, heading up to that 1 minute mark. Christine at 50. It is metal. Yes, it is metal. I forgot to mention that. The wheels are plastic. This pulley's plastic. The engines are plastic. But the wings and the fuselage are metal. 1 minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Christine at 50. There you go, John. Coming out of the end, did Christine knock everybody else out at 50? And that did it. Big Job 56, Skippy 57, and they were this much too late. I mean, Big Job was literally 150, 131. It was that tight. But when it said 130, all I had was Christine at 50. And that was tight. She got out of there by the skin of her teeth. I mean, literally like by that much. Okay. It was a neat little piece. It really was. Like I said, it's not like a 50-year-old toy, but it was so cool that. How about we do another can? This is not a real hard to find can, but it's in great shape and it is all metal. Probably 60s. Let me check the book. I don't know if this one's in the book or not. Because that would give us some more info. It is not in the book. Okay, just wanted to double check. Okay, this is a metal 1 quart. Like I said, this is not a rare one, but condition is so good on it. For our Quaker State friends. Beautiful can. Look at this thing. Probably 60s era. 1 dent over here on the side, but other than that, this is original paint, Newell stock. It is full. So if you are pickup, I will leave it full. If I have to ship it, I will have to drain it. We see the seam over here on the side. Quaker State HD Oil 2020 on the top. Quaker State Motor Oil is world famous for superior lubricating qualities. All the info on the back from the Quaker State Oil Refining Company, Oil City, PA. So, nice looking Quaker State quart. Like I said, these are not extremely rare cans, but considering this thing is probably 60s era, it's 60 years old and still looks this good. So, anyway, who's going to get us rolling on the Quaker State quart? All metal can. John, 10. Gillette tire. I got 1 tire ashtray in here yet, but it's not a Gillette. Mark, 15. It's a good looking can. It really is. Like I said, these aren't a super rare can, but the condition on this thing obviously makes it kind of a top shelf piece. So 30 seconds gone. That's all right, Christine. I think everybody's having a good time giving you a bad time now. Coming up on the 1 minute mark, Mark at 15:25 with Christine. 1 minute gone. Few seconds left. Christine at 25. And that did it. Christine at 25. Actually, Christine, everybody was giving you such a bad time over it, so you helped the chat rate. You bumped up the chat rate because everybody was giving you such a bad time. So you kind of helped out, all right? You guys watch out or I'm going to sell you another hubcap. And you know what comes with a hubcap. Sean cut her off. All right. What do we want to do next? A calendar. Ashtray. We want to do an ashtray. Okay. There you go, John. Pull a name out of the Buick can for a calendar. We can do that, but it's not going to ship by itself. It's got to ship with something else. That is another good handle idea. Let's see. Yeah, we can pull a name out of the Buick can for a calendar, but like I said, it has to ship with something else. I can't ship it by itself. But we wanted to do an ashtray. We haven't done an ashtray tonight, so let's do an ashtray. This is a special ashtray, though. I've actually been saving this ashtray. It's been in here for several weeks. I've been waiting for the right time to do it. And man from the farm said, let's do an ashtray. We've had a lot of fun with the tire ashtrays. Check this one out. It looks like it's square. Yeah. In the box. This is in the box. So don't disappoint me on this one, guys. Let's have some good bidding on this one. Brand new in the box. Phoenix tires. Looks like kind of a truck tire, maybe. Yeah. How cool is that? This, like I said, it's been laying around for a while. One of those I've kind of been just trying to decide what to do with it. Man from the farm said, let's do an ashtray. It's still laying here. So we'll sell it, guys. Don't disappoint me. Totally VW at 50. Already got some spirited bidding. You got a Firestone in the box. You should have a Phoenix in the box. So let me give you the size on this, and then we're going to hit the timer. It is about 6 inches in diameter. We are live. Some heavy hitting bids already. VW at 50. The box and the ashtray. VW making a statement at 50. We'll see if that holds up. Past the 30-second mark. VW may have just went in with a knockout punch right out of the gate, but we're going to find out. We're about halfway through. Something like this you don't see very often. That may not do it. There may be some snipers out there. Just past the 1 minute mark. Totally VW at 50. Past 1 minute. It says Phoenix is all it says, Kenny. It does not say anything other than Phoenix on it. Totally VW at 50. We're coming down to the end. Are there any snipers out there? And that did it. Totally VW got it locked in right out of the gate. Big Job had a 60 and it was too late. That was actually way late, Big Job. So I don't know how bad that got hung up, but we were well past before that came through. So might have to shoot a little earlier next time. Yep, definitely is. And up next, for the Ford fans, we have a hubcap. Oh, yes, look at this baby. Early 60, 61, 62 era Fairlane, 13-inch, marked on the back on this beautiful pointed bullet, ribbed edge, Ford wheel cover, dog dish for 61, 62 Fairlane. And what else comes with a hubcap tonight? Yes, there is more. Your very own Churches of Poland calendar 2025 with all these beautiful churches from Poland on the back to go with your Ford hubcap. What a deal. Kevin at 15. We're going to Guile at 25. We're going to measure 9.5 on the Ford cap. We're going to give you a beautiful 2025 Churches of Poland calendar with the hubcap. And let's get this thing on the timer. There you go, Sean. Copyrighted. Guy the car guy at 25. Yeah, I put them with the hubcaps because the caps are about the same size. They'll fit in the same box. 30 seconds gone. That's why I'm selling them with the hubcaps, because they'll fit in the same box. John, 26. That's true, John. They're flying out the door. Get them while they last. One minute gone. Guy the car guy at 31. These came in our Amazon boxes. We got a handful of Churches of Poland calendar 2025 calendars in one of the Amazon boxes for Christmas. So now we are including them with hubcap auctions tonight. They make a wonderful gift for you, Busho. That is exactly right, Big Job. And this is done at $31 to Guile the car guy. Need more calendar. Kmart Blue Light Special. That is exactly right. Let's catch a license plate, and then we'll see if we got any more hubcaps left. You guys want more hubcaps tonight? You tell me. But right now, this is actually a pretty cool plate. It's big. It's kind of almost bulky. It's pretty cool, and it's old. Just more of everything. Okay. We're having some fun tonight, aren't we, guys? Going back up north once again into the Rust Belt, this time to Wisconsin, going back 88 years. 2026 is here, basically. 88 years. Is that right? 88 years? Holy cow. That's right. There you go, Guile. Wisconsin, 1938. Check this one out. Yeah, they're 2025s, Kenny. They're good for 3 more days. That's why it's so funny. Wisconsin, 1938. That's right, John. You got in early. They might be harder to get. This was originally a silver plate. We can see the back of it. We see the silver is a little faded. It's got some light surface rust on it. Black numerals, Wisconsin, 1938. It's a little bit bigger than a standard size plate. 13 and a half by 6 1/8. Steel Ponies at 8. So a pretty good looking plate considering its age. John at 15. We are live and on the timer. 1938, Wisconsin. John at 15. "30 seconds gone." Mark, 18. John, 20. One minute gone. 30 seconds left. John at 20. Big Job, 27. Jesse, 22. And that does it. Big Job at 27. All right, let's see. What time is it? We've done a Chevy cap, a Rambler cap, a Ford cap. Let's do a Dodge cap. This is a mid-50s Dodge, I think, like 55, 56. Got a little scuff mark right there. Little dog dish cap. Nice stainless. This is all stamped in it. We can see on the back, this actually has a steel ring mounted to the stainless to help mount it. It does have a couple little blems in it. Right in here. Right in here. But there again, a good wall hanger. And, as always, what comes with your hubcap tonight? Yes, the Mopar cap will also come with a Churches of Poland calendar for 2026. You can't dodge a calendar with this one. That's exactly right. That's right. Pray to the Churches of Poland. Big job. The Dodge cap is, oh yes, it is the Churches of Poland calendar, 9 inches in diameter. Cool little symbol. Kind of one of those that's just a little bit different. See you next week, man, from the farm. Glad you were here. Dodge cap and the Churches of Poland calendar. Here we go. We're getting down towards the end. Don't miss your opportunity to get a Churches of Poland calendar included with your hubcap tonight. Nobody was most wanted Dodge cap or a calendar. There's no bids, and we are at the 30-second mark already. Holy cow. Kevin L, 10. Kevin, 12. Yeah, no kidding, John. I don't know where the Mopar guys are at tonight, Guy, the car guy. I'm not quite sure, John, but we are way off the rails. I do know that. 1 minute gone. I've got Kevin at 12. Wake up, 14. Apparently they are bringing less money tonight. John, 15. Kevin, 17. And that does it. Kevin Brown gets one at 17. It's like a 55, 56 Dodge. Kevin Brown at 17. Hubcap at 18 was late. Wake up at 20 was a little late. Kevin Brown at 17. Oh, you're right. You're totally right, Pete. We'll all remember it. Let's catch a horn button. And I got Kevin's going to take his hubcap with his calendar. I got one hubcap left, guys. If we want to do it, I got one more hubcap. The Churches of London calendar from 2024. Exactly. Let's see if we can find some calendars from 2024 to go next week. We haven't done a horn button tonight. We got kind of cool, and we've done some similar to these in the past. But these have a great badge in them. This is an early 50s era Buick. And I just love the ornaments in these. They're colorful. They're very decorative with the Buick crest in them. Early 50s era. We've done some stuff similar to these in the past. And it's a good look. Yeah, it's a neat piece. It's got two of the clips on it. It's missing one clip. But realistically, I mean, it's a display piece anyway. So, Kevin L, 25. John Sanderson, 30. Wake up, 35. And let's get this thing on the timer. Yeah, the clips were screwed on it. They actually do have a screw on them. You are correct. Wake up at 35. Scott, glad you were here tonight on Facebook. Mark, 41. 30 seconds gone. Yes, Nick, you missed out on a couple more Churches of Poland calendars. There you go, Guile. It would be a little bit big for a pendant, though. It is 4 inches, so. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Mark at 41. That's true. It could go Flava Flav style. It's a little small for him. Mark Kirk at 41. And that does it. Skippy at a 47 that came in at 132. Kevin L at 45. Woo, Mark barely snuck that thing out there. All right, guys, do we want to do the last hubcap I've got in the box tonight? I got one more hubcap left. Big Job says yes. Yes, we do still have a calendar. We've got one more hubcap. The last hubcap of the evening is a Chevrolet, and it is a pretty common one, but I think this is 3/4 ton. It's a little bit bigger, which the good thing about them being a little bit bigger is you can kind of put them up in the corner and still see them, and put, some of the smaller ones where they're a little more visible when you hang them up. So the ones that are just a slightly larger, you kind of put off to the end and still see them. I think this one is 3/4 ton, late 40s, early 50s. It is original paint, and it's a great looking display cap for our Chevrolet fans. And they go better with the calendar, exactly. It does have a whammy here. It's got some surface rust, some ding scratches. The red, for the most part, looks original. Steel back. And this cap is about 11 inches in diameter. And yes, it will come with its very own Churches of Poland calendar. Oh, yeah. You can't have my non-winning lottery ticket, though. Churches of Poland. By the way, I did not win the Powerball the other night, so about 2 times a year that I buy Powerball tickets. So Kevin L, 15. Never seen a Churches of Poland 2025 calendar. That's true. It's a 9/16 cap. No, I think it's 3/4 ton. So the Chevrolet cap, beautiful, great wall hanger, and your very own Churches of Poland calendar with all of these beautiful scenes on the back from the Churches of Poland, just in case you ever travel to Poland and give a crap about where the churches are at. So, all right, Kevin L at 15, and here we go. Yeah, just about could have. Big job. Mark, 16. John, 20. 30 seconds gone. I'll have to go through our Amazon boxes to see what I've got to throw in next week. Like I said, it might be Christmas stockings because I know I got a ton of those. Maybe we can dig out those Taylor Swift dance outfits. 1 minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. I've got John at 20. Kevin L, 22. Kevin Brown, 24. Coming down to the end, Kevin L, 25. John, 25. I had Kevin first. We've got a few seconds left. Pete, 27. And that does it. Pete at 27. Kevin L had a 30. It was too late. Pete at 27 is who we had at the 130 mark. And the bids are still coming in. Holy calendar. It's a fine calendar. I mean, hubcap. That's right, Kenny. Auction off the calendar. Pete said auction off the calendar. Does anybody want to bid on their own Churches of Poland calendar? That's true, David Deast. You may want to reconsider that, Pete. You want to keep it or sell the calendar, Pete? I mean, this is a beauty. What are we going to do? What's the game plan? Pete says sell. Does anybody want to bid on just the calendar? You get your own calendar. Yeah, only so many of these calendars out there. That's true, Guile. Pete says we can sell it. We'll sell it. It's probably going to cost $6 or $7 to ship it, so it's at least got to bring $6 or $7. So, if anybody wants to bid on it, we'll sell it. $1 Polish. What are we doing? Market a -5. We got to have at least a +5 or 6 to ship it. All right, nobody wants to bid on just the count. $4.75. We only take full dollar amount bids, so we'll give it a few more seconds. You guys want to hit it, or are we just we'll send it to Pete? Yeah, Pete stuck with it. All right, we'll send it to Pete. They were a ton of fun, but I'm going to go through the Amazon boxes and see what else we can find. You never know. We might be able to dig out those Taylor Swift dance outfits. I mean, hey, really? Throwing a free cap with the calendar. Churches of Poland. Now that's something. Hadn't thought of that, John Sanderson. Churches of Poland with Tractor Mike's Tractor Girls. Whoa, hold up. Supercharged super chat. Thanks to Skippy. Thanks, Skippy. I appreciate it. Got a handful of super chats tonight. It's always awesome when you guys throw the super chats out there to help us out with what we've got going on here. Thanks, Skippy. All right. We need to do one more thing. We obviously took a ton of time on this stuff tonight, but we had a blast. We need to go through the raffle real quick. You missed it. Austin got the Tractor Girl calendar when Tractor Mike was here. We need to go through the raffle next week, guys. Sounds good, Ron. Glad you were here. I may be out of town next week, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I may have to. Well, if I'm out of town, we may have to draw in 2 weeks. But I will not take any entries after next Sunday for this raffle. So we will still cut it off at the in next Sunday night. Next Sunday will be the cutoff for the raffle. If I'm out of town, I'll put a notice up. I'll try to jump on for a while, but we'll have to, draw when I get back. So please bear that in mind. But who is in the raffle this month? This week, Ron Levesque, Big Job, and Mark Hunt got in this week, as well as Kevin's extra 5 from last week. And I think it was Big Job that had the idea, right? How about we draw for a Churches of Poland calendar? We're down at the bottom of the stack. Let's draw for one. I think Big Job brought that up. Let's yank a name out of the big Buick oil can. Like I said, this doesn't ship by itself. It's going to have to ship with something else. We'll give one away just for the fun of it. Ron Levesque. Ron, did you already skip out? Because you've got a calendar coming at you. The 2025 Churches of Poland. So we can get that in Ron's box. Woohoo! All right. Okay, guys, it's getting late. We obviously didn't get to much tonight, but we kind of, the churches of Poland thing kind of threw everything out of whack. But it was fun, and that's all that matters. Like I said, the end of this week, I haven't decided what I'm doing. Hold up. Stop the presses. Kevin L. Supercharged super chat from Kevin L. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate the supercharged super chat here at the end. It's always great when you guys jump in and throw a few bucks at what we're doing here. Always definitely appreciated. Raffle item, absolutely, Kenny. The Wyandotte tow truck, late 40s, early 50s, cab over style, original paint. The only thing I think is not original, I think the rear wheels have been repainted, and somebody put a piece of string on the boom, which so obviously I don't think that would have had just a piece of string on it. The rest of the truck appears to be all original paint, the original Wyandotte graphics. Good looking piece. Like I said, if I'm out of town to where I can't draw tomorrow or next Sunday, we will draw the week after that. But I'll go ahead and plan on shutting the raffle off next Sunday just to make it fair for everybody before we start the new one. That's true, John. It's not no Polish church calendar, but it is a nice truck. So you bet, Kenny, no problem. I should have done that anyway, so I'm glad you reminded me. Good point, Wake Up. All right, guys, we'll give you another Hudson badge just for that, Wake Up. And we'll go ahead and get ready to wrap things up tonight. Obviously, we'll push a lot of this to next week or the week after. Like I said, I'm not sure what things look like. If I'm in town, I will thoughts on a super raffle. Absolutely. That's another good idea we need to think about. Big job. And as always, I always appreciate your guys' input. This is about you, what you want to do, not about me. I'm just the lucky one that sits here in front of a webcam. But all your guys' feedback is always appreciated, and we've incorporated a lot of it over the years. There's some things that don't work, but there's always some things that we can make work, and that's what makes it fun. So anyway, have a great New Year this week, guys. Everybody stay safe. I will keep some posts going as to what I've got going. If I'm around, we will try to do the New Year's Day yard walk. If not, we'll catch it next weekend or shortly thereafter after I get back, depending on what I decide to do. Thanks, Chuck. You as well. And we'll see how it shakes out. If I'm out of town next Sunday night, I will try to jump on with my laptop. But obviously, it will be YouTube only if that's what I end up doing, where I'm out of town and just have to run on the laptop. Unless I can set Facebook up on my phone. We'll have to see how that works out. But anyway, hopefully next week we can celebrate 50,000 followers on YouTube. And hopefully, share this around your friends. I'd really like to see YouTube continue to grow. Hold up. Stop the presses once again. Boom. Another supercharged super chat from Sean. Sliding one more in there. I always appreciate it, guys. We definitely want to get in there and give you credit where credit is due. Always appreciate the help and glad you guys are having fun. It was a lot of fun tonight, John. The calendars were a blast. Like I said, who knows what else? We need to go through some more of those boxes, but it made for a fun and interesting evening. But like I said, if you guys weren't here, it would be pretty boring. I would just be a dum-dum babbling into a webcam. So, this is about you guys, and you guys are what make this what it is, and I do truly appreciate it. With that, once again, as we wrap this year up, it's crazy to think about that we're pushing 300 episodes, 5 years, and it's turned into what it is. That's what we're just talking about, Kenny. If I'm in town, we're going to try to. If I'm not in town, I'll catch one within a week or so after that. We will have one coming. So I do appreciate all your guys' support. I appreciate you sharing what we do with your friends. That's what helps YouTube grow. The hypes, the chats, all that stuff is what helps this grow and become a bigger, better, stronger community. your support of the gathering. I mean, it's crazy that we've already got this many people signed up 5 months out, and several more people who have verbally said, yes, we are coming. So they're just trying to get, some details worked out in their schedules. And I perfectly understand that. And I know it's not going to work for everybody. We do the best we can. We work hard on this. Pete does a ton of work on this to help me out. Rico does a ton of work, helps us out with some killer awards. And Rico's always here early helping get things organized. So it takes a village, guys, and we've got a lot of help to make these things happen. You bet, Kenny. Thanks. And there again, the Johnny Carson comments. It's flattering that you guys think that what I do here is of any entertainment, actually. So that's it means a lot. So as we wrap this year up, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. We look forward to 2026. We look forward to a bigger and better year. I hope things continue to grow. I look forward to a third annual gathering of the Nobodies, reconnecting with some of you guys that have been here in the past, and putting some new names and faces together after hanging out on the computer for all these years. That's that being said, it's kind of crazy to think that we're still here and moving forward, but it's kind of turning into kind of a neat deal, and that's because of you guys. So with that, we'll wrap up 2025. We look forward to 2026 and a new year of more fun, shenanigans, and possibly Churches of Poland 2024 next time. I don't know. Or Churches of London 2024 is what Kenny wanted. Who knows? So anyway, there goes the hearts. I appreciate that. Like I said, share this with your friends. Talk to the guys in your car clubs. Share it on the Facebook pages that you guys are members of, that are related to your types of vehicles. Always appreciate any of that help to help grow what we've got here. With that, guys, I think we'll go ahead and put an exclamation point on not only episode 291, but the year of 2025. Never in a million years did I think I would ever be doing anything like this, much less for 291 episodes and in 5 years. And it continues to. We have such a great base of people here, and would love to see some more growth in it and make it even. Whoa, hold up. Whoa, one more. David D sliding one more supercharged super chat in. Or no, that's supercharged super chat. There we go. There we go. David D. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. Boom. I know, Big Job. Definitely not me. Definitely not me. Never did I think I would be doing this. But it's your guys' support, your participation. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it a community. Without you guys, I'm a moron babbling into a webcam. So this is all happening because of you guys and your support and what has turned this into that. And for that, I truly thank you. I really do, because that's what continues this growing and making it something a little more special every week, even if it is Churches of Poland 2025. So have a safe New Year's, everybody. And like I said, whether or not I'm here or on the laptop next week, we will see you in 2026. Thanks for everything.